Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So, past couple weeks I've been trying to straighten up the workshop. Actually, quite a bit longer in a few weeks, but I'm making small chunks of progress. Lots of stuff going on, lots of new machines, lots of things to build and videotape, and a whole bunch of stuff I have going on. Long story short was I kind of moved my headquarters back to the workshop, and I ended up with a lot of extra flat screen monitors. My real business is IT work, and I fix computers, and that's the focus. And a lot of the stuff that I've had, a lot of repairs I've done. The focus is changing on that. The computers are much better nowadays. They don't really need to be repaired as much. So I find myself working more on servers, working more on the internet functions of everything, working on connectivity, and I don't find myself actually working in the guts of computers anymore, replacing boards, replacing motherboards, adding video cards. It's just not like that anymore. So anyway, the last office that I've had, we moved to a town that's further away, and I do have a similar amount of space to work in, but my needs have changed. So that brings us to what I have going on today. So I have a lot of flat screens, and I want to kind of utilize them at the workshop, because typically I'll be in the back working on something, and my email will go off, and I'll have to run into the front office and find out what's going on, because I really don't like using my phone that much. I can't see the particulars of the email, what the attachments look like. So I've went ahead, and in my previous video I kind of set up a dual monitor station in the back at the workshop, and I'm using a tablet there to connect the monitors. And now where I typically work, in the office area of the shop, I have two nice large flat screens, and I want to add two more nice large flat screens. And so I actually bought quite a few of these VIVO mounts. I bought a bunch of mounts from Amazon, and I really like these. They're kind of a very low profile type of mount. They mount practically up against the wall. Plus, you can articulate them. You could adjust the angle, and if you want to tilt, or if you want to move them around, you can move them. That being said, I think they're a fantastic mount. And they have the typical, I think they call this a VESA mount, which most of the Dell computers or the Dell monitors have, some of the HPs have, but it's a standardization that mounts on the back of the monitor. I have quite a few monitors that don't have this square, that don't have the bolt pattern on the back of the monitor, so I can't mount these directly. And that brings us to today's project. Today's project is actually making or modifying this so I can literally plug it into the back of a couple of monitors. I believe I have a couple of Acer monitors. They're 24-inch widescreen monitors. They're nice. They're very modern. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. We'll see how the original mounts work and what I have to do to make them work with this mount, because Acer does not make any kind of a wall mount. It's just non-existent, and with the large base that the Acer has, I would really, if I wanted to keep those mounts, I'd have to build a shelf on the wall. I think that's really stupid. Now, with all this stuff they have out now, I mean, it's there's no reason to start building shelves and have things sticking out of the wall just to mount a couple monitors. So that's going to be today's build. Stick around, and we're going to, take you through this, and we'll see how the end result looks. Hey guys, I want to take a minute out and talk about this video. The reason for the video is we're making some monitor adapters for my workstation here at the workshop. So I'm trying to improve my YouTube videos, and I've started using Premiere Pro to edit my videos, and it's a very feature-rich, good piece of software. And quite frankly, I'm still learning it. But it does take a long time to process the video, where I'll start processing it at maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and it'll still be going at 1 o'clock in the morning when I just can't stay up any longer. So I decided that I would bring it over here to the workshop, because I'm here for the majority of the day, and I figured it could process while I'm here, and it'll probably save some time as far as uploading and downloading everything from the cloud. I know here I have business FiOS. I have a 1 gig upload and download speed, and I actually tested it. It's 973 megabytes upload, and I think it's like 700 megabytes download. So it is ripping fast, but my connection at home isn't that great. So anyway. So that's why I made this video, so I could share the process of making those mount adapters. And I wanted to take a minute, talk about some influences in my life as far as machining is concerned. And I wanted to mention my friend Danny, who's actually my dad's friend. They grew up together, and they spent a lot of time at the local roller skating rink. That was a thing to do back in their youth. I guess it was like dances, and it was a place for everyone to gather on probably more than a weekly basis. I'm sure they were there Friday, Saturday, maybe even Thursday nights with their couples skate and this and that, meeting the local girls. And so anyway, my dad knew Danny for probably 20-30 years, and when I got into machining, I was just a kid. I actually was trying to learn how to make model boat engines go faster, because I was big into RC boat racing when I was in my youth. And so I spent quite a bit of time with Danny discussing that, and not that he was into the same thing, but Danny is the type of guy that you could pose any problem to him, and he would either have a solution on the spot, or he'd be getting back to you within an hour or two, because he just had that mind where he could figure things out. So so long story short, after a few years, Danny wanted to retire, and that's when I picked up my 56 Bridgeport from him. He bought that Bridgeport new. He had it in his basement. He did, you know, like, I guess, side jobs on it. Hardly really used it. He was a foreman for a large machine shop in Newark, New Jersey, and he had about 150 guys working under him. So he was one of the smarter men in the shop there. I guess these are shop made. These are Danny's. These were made in 1944. Believe that. They're a set of shop made parallel / hold downs. I have never used them as hold downs. I've used them as parallels, and I put them on the granite surface plate, and they're pretty parallel. So this type of thing is something that I cherish. I mean, I gave Danny his milling machine back. He was bugging me for it. He wanted to come and use it for some side jobs, and I was just starting out with my career. I do computer networking, and frankly I didn't have time. And I offered the machine to sell back to him, and he said, well, I'm retired, I'm on a fixed income. So after a month or so of that, I just told him, take the machine under the condition that I get it back someday. And you know, again, Danny is 97. He's still alive. God bless him. His wife is 95. She's still alive. And I honestly, Danny was kind of reluctant to give me the machine back. And I can't blame him, because that's something that keeps him virile and vital. You know, we all know those old timers, and some of them, like Danny, they're still kicking. But unfortunately, Danny's problem is he's got macular degeneration, so his eyesight is failing, and I've always worried about him because he'll still be using his Delta unisaw with a big 10-inch or 12-inch wood cutting blade, and he's cutting fine parts, and I'm telling him, Danny, you're not gonna have your fingers left. God bless him, he still has all his fingers. But that being said, I just want to say I appreciate this work that he did and stuff that he built back in the day. And I gotta say, just the quality of things back then, the quality of things now, I can't get over it. Recently I was just going through some of my Jacobs chucks, and it was just depressing to hear. I think even the Jacobs chucks are being made in China. I was looking for something small to do some fine precision drilling with, and I found a couple Jacobs Zero chucks that I had that are like kind of NOS, not in a box but in my drawer. It don't look like they were ever used. The only thing, they were kind of a little bit yellow tinged from dried up oil or whatever kind of protection they had, but I cleaned them up, and you know, still to this day they look brand new. But that being said, God bless Danny. He's still going. He's still kicking. I wanted to bring up a YouTube creator. I've known him for probably, I'd say, about a year now, possibly, through YouTube. He's another creator. He's John Strange. I want to give this guy a shout out. Check his channel out. I'll leave a link to his channel in this video description. This guy is super creative. He's building machines from other machines. He's building machines from stuff he finds. He's definitely very smart. He surprised me with a new attribute he has. He's a musician too. I did not know that. I had a feeling when he posted something in one of his videos, but you gotta go over and have a look at John's videos, because again, he's definitely a creative guy, and I kudos to John, because he's making a lot of stuff out of stuff that he finds, or I give him really good credit for that. Next thing I want to bring up, isopropyl alcohol. You guys probably be like, what the heck is he doing with isopropyl alcohol? Well, another YouTube creators, another friends of mine from YouTube. These guys are from California, and just by chance I actually finally got my sticker set from them today, Active Atom. So I want to give these guys a shout out. Hello, Lance and Patrick. I'm proud to say these are friends of mine on YouTube, friends of mine that I now consider great people. Need to check out the Active Atom channel. They produce some excellent videos. Their production quality is fantastic. They're micro machinists. I want to say that they're influencing my life a little bit in the way that they're my level of awareness, my level of cleanliness and precision in machining. I'm trying to follow along with what they're doing, because everything they do, they've taken one step further. You could see the care and the dedication in their work. They've been rebuilding their machine shop, and they're rebuilding all their machines, and they have some really old American, German made machines for their watchmakers, and these guys are doing a great job. So I'll leave a link to their channel. They're much more popular than my channel already, but I'm going to leave that link anyway, because they're definitely worthwhile watching, and they're just truly genuine, nice people. So Lance and Patrick, thanks again for all that you guys do. I mean, I would like to say that you know, we have a bevy or plethora of maker creators out there. You know, we have This Old Tony, fantastic channel. Tony's a great guy. And all of his videos are fun. So if you watch something, not only are you learning something, but you're going to enjoy your time spent on Tony's channel, because he makes everything great. You know, Stefan Gotchenwinter. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad, Stefan. Another guy, Precision German. Talk about craftsmanship. This guy, he's out of his mind. I love him. And you can see he is just so happy to be doing what he's doing. You know, he truly loves being in the shop. I mean, I think that's a fantastic thing. And you know, that Mr. Pete, come on, what, 1,020 videos as of the other week? I mean, Mr. Pete, he's been a big inspiration for me. He's, you know, he's always where he gets some of this stuff. I mean, I actually emailed him a few times with some ideas off the top of my head, because I feel like this poor guy's probably running out of things that he can make a video about. But he just keeps chugging along. I love him. He's making some great videos. You know, there's A-Bomb, NYCNC, Make Cool Stuff. The list just goes on and on. I don't have it in front of me, but there's so many creators out there. There's so much good content. And, you know, definitely hats off to you guys. You guys definitely, you give me something to do. I don't even watch TV anymore. I'll just watch my YouTube, machine shop videos. I love it. So, that being said, I want to thank you guys for, if you're still watching now, you've stuck it out through my caffeine fueled tirade here today, and thanks for watching. I got many new videos coming up. I've got many ideas for projects. Excuse me. I'm working here by myself at the shop, trying to fix the shop up, trying to do my daily work business wise, and trying to start some machine shop projects. So I have some slow going here, but I'm going to keep at it, and I hope to see you guys making your own videos. I hope that you guys will reach out to me and let me know if I'm not missing, if I am missing your videos. If I don't know you, if I'm not subscribed, let me know. And to those who are making videos, keep up the great work. You guys are doing a great job. I don't think you guys get paid enough for doing this stuff. But anyway, have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Okay, guys, so here is the here's our Acer monitor. Again, I said it's a 24-inch flat screen. Not a really expensive monitor, but you know, it's a great size. It's got a great picture. I have a couple of them, so I want to mount 2 of them up on the wall with my current 2 monitors. When I've been doing my YouTube videos, I've been doing them at home in my basement, and I decided that I have a much better computer here in the office. I have a much superior internet connection at the office, and I'd like to use the better computer and the better internet connection to upload my videos. So this is the monitor. You can see the base. The base is it's stylish, but again, it's not working for me with the you know, mounting it to the wall. Okay, here's the back of the monitor. You can see it's got a regular, normal, I guess it's a VGA input, then it's got a digital input, and of course it's got the HDMI input. So it's a good selection of connectivity to the computer. And you can kind of see here, this is the mount that attaches to the back of the computer, and I guess my goal is to figure out how to convert this to match up with the VESA mount, or in this case the modified mount of the arm that's going to mount it to the wall. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart. It's not super complicated. There's a couple screws. We're we're going to pull that apart and see how we can, what we could think up to change this over to what we want. Okay guys, so we have the back of the monitor tore apart. We actually have it down to the metal mount that plugs in. This actually will pop out, but that plugs into the back of the monitor. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a piece of aluminum, like an L bracket. I'll drill it out so it mounts to this, and then I'll have a flat plate on the back, and I'll tap it out so I can fit the back of the monitor arm. And I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to bring you back as soon as that's complete so you can see how it's going. Alright guys, so we have some 6061 aluminum roughed out into a L shape, and we're going to clean it up, and we're going to go ahead and I guess cut it to specs for the actual bracket, the thickness and height and width and such. At that point we're going to go ahead and drill it, tap it, measure the holes for the existing holes on the monitor, and then I guess we're going to make a couple of holes and tap them for the actual modified VESA mount. I guess I'll start cutting it, but I'm not going to show you all the cutting because you guys have seen most of this many times. Alright guys, we got some of the millwork done. Let's open up this box and let's have a look and see what we got. So a bunch of accessories, screws, wall mount anchors, the actual arm, and the VESA mount. So this is the actual VESA mount that works with most of the monitors. It's not working with mine, as we stated. So we're going to put that to the side. This is the part of the mount that I'm going to use. What I'm going to do is I am going to bolt my little aluminum L bracket to this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this off completely. I'm going to put it on the band, so I'm going to lop off this top and bottom part, and then I'll file it smooth and will show you what my plan is on attaching the aluminum L bracket to this mount. Alright guys, not a sponsored shout out or plug, but I bought these Power Built Allen keys. Bought the metric, and I bought the set of Imperial. Spent a lot of money for them. I kind of like them. I think the only problem is when the tips wear out, I guess I'm kind of beat. But nice set. They look great. They're really functional. They work well. They're not sloppy. Nice items. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this apart. Lots of little pieces here, I guess, just due to the fact that there's got to be some kind of friction so they don't kind of flop around. But I took one apart already, and there's a whole bunch of shims and stuff in there. So, but I tell you what, these Amazon $15.99, can't beat them. I'm gonna probably order about 10 of them so I could have flat screens all over the workshop. And I'm gonna actually take a couple flat screens to my garage at home. There's nothing like having a flat screen mounted to the wall. Additionally, you know, you free up some desk space with that as well. Because when you have the flat screen on the desk, the base takes up a lot of room, and it's just not optimal. I saw some of the guys were buying the Harbor Freight monitor mounts, and I actually purchased a couple too, and they weren't that bad, but the length, they're very long. They're probably about 8 or 9 inches long, so they stick out from the wall or wherever you're going to have them quite far. Here you can see there's a bunch of internal, external washers here to keep everything secure and give you some kind of a thrust or a friction type of mount. So we're going to take this over to the bandsaw, and we're going to just lop off these 2 ears. And at that point I'm going to show you my next idea on how to mount everything. Okay guys, so we just got back from the bandsaw, and we just cut these 2 ears off. We're not going to need them. So here's our mount. This face here, this actually faces the mount itself, and this faces the monitor. So what we're going to do is here's our bracket. So we're going to go ahead and mount that just like that. We're going to drill and tap 2 holes. 1032. I have some 1032 button head screws. So the screws will be on this side, and that won't interfere because their button heads are flat. That won't interfere with the angling of the monitor. So we're going to do that, and then this face we're going to drill the 2 holes that will mount to the existing monitor, the metal bracket that is clipped into the monitor itself. And then we're going to be able to mount that right on the wall. and that'll hold our monitor up. And as you might be able to see, I've already center punched for the two holes that are in the monitor. So we're going to go ahead and drill and tap these two holes. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just set this in here like this. Drill through it. That way they match perfectly. And then I'll go ahead and tap, and that's what we're going to do. So I will go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to come back when that's finished and show you our next steps. Okay guys, we've got the mounts done, we've got the aluminum blocks done. So I kind of figured if this would be the bottom of the monitor, I got that so the, you know, as much as the mount could be hidden as possible. If I was to put it like this, you'd see half of the, you know, the part of the arm sticking out. So kind of put it like this and drill the holes accordingly. So the actual base of the monitor would be here, the absolute lower ends, and hopefully all this stuff, or most of it, will be hidden. So I drilled and tapped, and I used the aluminum cutting, thread cutting stuff, Tap Magic for aluminum, and everything lines up. So at this point I should be able to just screw these 1032s in there. We should have everything good to go. We'll be able to reassemble the whole monitor bracket. And next I can show you the wall that I'm going to put them on, where my YouTube videos will be made. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting organized. It's tough to work when you're disorganized. It's kind of, at this point in my life, I kind of feel like if I'm disorganized, it's not going to work for me. I can't get anything done at all. So, and I actually thought about also painting these little brackets, touching them up where I ground them off, but I don't think that's necessary. She lines up nice, so we should be able to have a nice aligned mount here. So let me get this put back together, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it looks once it's fully assembled. Okay guys, so there is the completed mount. This is the bracket that slips into the monitor. You see we have some pivot going on, and I could tighten that, loosen that once I get it on the wall. And then, you know, obviously I can adjust it whichever way I want. I think in the back I had it just folded upon itself like this. So it was flush as flush could be, just about. So that's probably what I'm going to do here. Now I'm going to get the monitor. I'll show you how it clips into the monitor. And then at that point we have one more to complete. And I have the majority of that done. And we're going to go from there. So here's our flat screen. I guess at this point I can mount the arm on the wall, and then once the arm is mounted, I could just slide the monitor in, and there we go. We have our fit. We can tilt it, angle it, tighten it. also thought about left enough room so I could still get to all the plugs. I didn't want to have it come up too high. Well, I would have loved to have it, the actual arm, been a little bit higher up so you wouldn't see it from below, but I didn't want to block these outlets. Not sure. I don't have the four-headed video card yet. I hope it has 4 HDMI plugs, but you know, you never know. Some of them have HDMI intermixed with digital and VGA. So that's it, guys. Another project done, and we're improving the workshop as much as I can. So I'm gonna get these together. I'm gonna show you them on the wall. Well, gang, here's our completed mounts. So I'm gonna put the monitors up and show you how it looks.